Well, good evening folks, it's little old me, RWB Rigel, all on my lonesome here. Looks like Tiger's left me in the lurch, left me standing at the altar. So for the time being it'll just be me commentating on this 467th running of the Audi's Mini League. As we just watch Jake Moore making a complete hash of trying to get into the pit. Never done that before, I'm sure. Tonight's car looks to be the Group 5 Corvette. Absolute beast of a car. Some lovely liveries. So it's going to be a bit of a handful on this track. Monza. It's going to be great down the straights. But yeah, picking your braking point is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing the first corner. Looks like we've got 13 runners tonight. I'll have a quick run through them. Martin Peterman joining us again from Zero Force Racing. Always up at the pointy end. I'm sure he'll be carrying a fair bit of ballast tonight. Penalty of running up at the top. Nice return for Jake Moore, otherwise known as Speed Demon. He'll definitely be giving Martin Peterman a run for his money up. Peter Hindle, another one of our regular joiners. Jens Fiedler, once again from Zero Force Racing. And we have Dirk Gretschel, another regular, and to be in the middle of it all. There's our resident mobile chicane. You sure you got soft tyres on that there, Cos? And we have our compatriot to Mr. Audi, fellow Norwegian, Mr. John D. That's a nice livery. This is FX UK, our resident tech expert. Timo Konieczny. Forgive me if I didn't get your name right. Another regular joiner. And off he goes. There we got Rodders. Looking like he's at the top of the pack at the moment. The only one to set a lap. And the old man Charger. Watch out, it might be popping in the pits to collect his bus pack. RWB orange. Struggling with the brakes a little bit there. Rick Binnersley. Another man from up north, a bit like Jake Moore. Likes a cup of tea. "14 runners tonight so far. Half a second up front between Jake Moore and Rick Binners. And Rodder's a little bit off the pace, second and a half behind. Cos making a good quali up in position. Jens Fiedler. John D. They're the only ones to set a lap so far. I think a lot of them are going to be struggling with finding those braking points. So only 6 qualifying, only 6 getting a valid lap. So a brief pause before the start of the race. I am so looking forward to this first corner. Let's see how much of this can get turned into scrap metal. "20 seconds to go. There's always somebody who likes to sit in the pit. Gone for a wee last drag. Oh, that was our last chance. And Rodders has lost control. Just because I chose you for the camera, Rodder. Here we go down to the first corner. There's Jake Moore leading Rick Binners. Followed by... Oh dear, there we go. I'm actually quite surprised it wasn't one. Jake's holding his position, closely followed by Rick Binnersley. Martin Peterman's doing his best to hang on. He's got Cos right behind him. Just about getting round that chicane. I think it's going to be tight up the front here. Anyone would have thought Rick Binnersley had a bit of practice in there. Jake Moore cleanly through the Ascari chicane. How lazy these cars look as they go through those corners. Let's look a bit further down the field. Our speedy FRX driver, won a few races in the FRX. It's a world away from that. Closely pursued by Dirk Gretschel. And let's see if he can get the braking point right. Looks like he's going to outbrake him into the chicane. Can he hold on to it? No! It's going to be a penalty, I'm afraid. And he's lost momentum. John D closely following Timo Konietzny. Looks like they're starting to get their bearings on the brakes now. Gretschel closely following Seahacks. As the field spreads out. Looks like Rodders has had a terminal issue. Martin Peterman pulling out the slipstream. Looks like he's made the place on charge on Rick Binnesley. Can he hold on to it now? Rick's coming back at him on the inside. It's going to be a dice down to that chicane again. Nobody can get a slipstream. Now, it's all daring on the brake. Who's going to blink first? Oh, they're pretty close. And Peterman holds it into the chicane. Can Rick come back at him? Looks like a bit of a battle developing here between RWB Orange, John D. Tough on the brakes again. Looks like he's going to make it stick. Nicely done. Looks like these three are going to be battling for a little while. 3 minutes 15 left of the race. Side by side down to Ascari. Oh, a break at the same time. Is he going to be able to sweep in front? Yep. And who we got off there? Looks like FX, I think. Lucky not to get a cut there. Looks like Orange has managed to pull out a bit of a... Timo Konietzny, can he hold on to that over John D? Looks like John D's gaining. He's going to get him on the brake. Struggling to get the power down. Got to keep your wheels out of the gravel for that. Looks like Dirk Gretschel's catching up with Cos. Come on, Cos, you qualied well. Keep it together. Oh, just not getting the power down there. Our leader, Jake Moore. 3 seconds, 2.5, 3 seconds to Peter. Rick Binnesley hanging on to that third place. Charger doing well in fourth. And there's a gap down to orange. Timo Konietzny nearly 5 seconds behind John D, catching Timo Konietzny. Here we go into the Parabolica, actually called Parabolica. See if we can pick up a slipstream. And then once again it's all down to the brake. Looks like he's braked a little bit early. Is he going to try and get on a nice little cut? Konietzny a little bit later, but no, holds it. Get the power down. It's not sticking to that corner at all. Oh dear. It's all gone terribly wrong. Cole's slipping back there. Come on, Cole. Come on, there's 2 places there right in front of you. Jake Moore coming up to finish the final lap. And Peterman's kept up with him quite well, but just can't make up enough ground. And that's the first round win. Jake Moore. Second is Peterman. Third, Rick Binnesley. Fourth, Charger. And comes orange. Timo Konietzny. There's Cos. Cos is half a second behind. I don't think he's going to make. What happened to you, Mr. Rodder?
Oh, I got ready for the start of the race and put my VR headset on, sitting ready to go. Start, here we go, this is going to be nuts. And then I'm just kind of, it's a sensation. I'm like, what the hell's that? And it took me a few seconds to realise it was my can of Iron Brew that had been tipped up and was now dripping off the table onto my leg. It was everywhere, all over my desk. And you've got shit in your desk and electronics and wires. I just went, oh, Bill.
It was an Earn Brew incursion.
Oh, Jesus, it's sticky, so I've just wiped it off. I'm probably still going to find sticky shit for days that I've not done right. Oh, fucking hell. Yes, I just thought I'd come in and share that and help you out, because you're on your lonesome tonight. So
I'd have to say, on the list of things that have gone wrong for you, that's probably the funniest at the top of the list.
Oh, honestly, today I have got close a few times to think and just pack it up and go to bed and just do nothing, because it's been one of those fucking cursed days. Excuse my French. Right, I'm going to get back to it. Good luck.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Cheers. I'll try and send people in that are out the race, actually. Try to make incursions. So.
Yeah, it's always better to bounce off somebody rather than be talking to yourself.
Yeah, catch you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Right. What's the next surprise? Looks like Indianapolis. Another one with a sharp turn at the end of the straight. Fantastic. At least these American-born cars will feel at home on the street, even though they won't go around the corners very well. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the concept behind this mini league, it's been running for probably a couple of years now at least. It's all about using cars that wouldn't necessarily normally try out. It's about expanding your driving skills, not just sticking to the same cars. If you learn a little bit about all different types of cars, it makes you a better racer overall. You can understand some aspects of car control that you wouldn't necessarily pick up on very easily in something a bit fast. So moving to qualifying, 6 minutes qualifying. Normally 6 minutes qualifying, 8 minutes race. So let the auto director feed us through some of the car. Always a tricky section in this bit of qualifying because there's only 6 minutes. Everybody's vying for position. Everybody wants a clear bit of track. Golden rule here is not to be pushy or to be racing on the or during quali. It follows our mantra really of racing, having respect for other races. And then let's see how many of these are actually going to get a clean lap in this time. Looks like they're starting to get the measure of the cars a bit. Doesn't take long before you start to visualize where the best place to brake is, how far away from the corner you need to brake. Obviously you pick up your visual clues as well. Now. You paid the price there, didn't you? Naughty boy. Oh dear, Rodders gets back in and he's immediately off now. He has missed out on that first race of familiarisation with these cars. That's going to give him an uphill struggle, I think. He'll also be running with ballast. It's a penalty for running up near the front quite a bit, is you'll constantly have a fair bit of ballast. And one difficulty about the ballast is it's fine if you can maintain your position. If you can qualify well and maintain your position, that's all good and dandy. But if you start to slip back, you're going to find it harder and harder to come back at the guys getting past you. So you can quickly find your evening going from somewhere near the front to middle pack to somewhere near. So it is a very tall order to keep yourself up front. It is possible, but you have to be completely on your game and also have a little bit of luck. So Peterman's put in a 130, closely followed by C-Hacks with a 130.4. What I was going to do was try and follow one of these cars around the. There we go, down the main straight. There's a pretty sharp right into a left down here. Not much to judge the apex by. Oh, has he just managed to squeeze it in? lazy left. This is a double right. Off the gas, gently easy done. That's neutral, rudders. And we come to a tricky corner. This is another parabolica. Very difficult to keep your speed around this corner, keep it correct. A short straightaway. There's another slightly blind left coming up here. Very hard to see the apexes. And a couple of corners that keep tightening on you. Really got to get your nose in on that corner there. And you can nip this one. Get your power down. Try and keep it down as you go around this this corner. Onto the banking. Just onto the oval part of the track. Steady. And over the finish line, so what do we get? 130.7. There we go, Jake Moore's managed to post a 127.5, Peterman a 127. Orange a 129.4, John D a 129.8, C-Hacks 130.4, Rodders 130.7 as we saw. Timo Konieczny 130.8, Koz 130.9, Rick Pennisley 131, Dick Gretschel 131.2, Peter Hindler 132.248. Quite a spread of cars. Some I think are becoming a bit more accustomed to the car than others. We'll find some drivers do adapt quite well to different types of car. Some will have a good smattering of all types of cars. Some will be better in slower cars, some will be better in... So here we go then. Can Rodders not spill Irnbrew over him this time? "30 seconds left on the clock. Come on, there's always somebody." I think I know who it is. I'm not telling you though. We're ready. And off we go. Clean this time by the looks of it. Look at that. It's a guessing game to the first corner. Jake leads. Oh! Peterman spinning Mr. Orange around, I think. Oh, and in his haste to get away, Orange has spun it again. Did manage to straighten him up, but obviously lost a bit of track. Rodders is making up for his Irnbrew faux pas. Oh, as Jake Moore runs wide. He's going to make it tricky in this right-hander. Where is he? Oh! That's very optimistic from John D. Might have been a bit blindsided, couldn't see the apex of the corner go. Jake takes the lead back. We take a look back at Martin Peterman. Obviously suffered a little bit from that bump at the beginning.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Charger. What's happened to you then?
Oh, Raj quit.
Oh, that's unusual.
No, It's not. It's unusual for me to admit it. I just can't drive that car. It's crazy.
I'll tell the truth. You were jealous. You wanted to jump in here with me, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Well, just be aware. Everybody's listening. They'll be able to hear what we get up to. You know that, eh?
All right. Well, we'll do that later when no one's listening. No, that's just a crazy car. I wasn't expecting that. I literally got on quite late, and I was like, oh, and Rodders throws that in the pot. I think I was just saying to him, he needs to go and see his GP because I think he might have suffered some brain damage from Mexico.
You are forgetting he's a Scot though, aren't you? They do these weird things. They like to make people suffer.
Oh shit.
So we're watching a battle between Orange, Konietzki, and John D. Almost 3 wide. Who's gonna blink first into the first corner? Looks all nice and tidy so far. Orange goes for a wider exit. Wider entrance, sorry. Oh, he's had a run on teammate. Good little fight going on here.
When you watch them on the stream, they don't look too bad, do they? They're absolute nice.
Oh, I know these. We ran that race in these in the group, and yeah, I do remember that Rodders did drive this car, so he was a little bit of advantage.
He's got a bit of a thing about muscle cars, isn't he? He likes the Mustang and.
Well, it doesn't do us any harm to race slower cars now and again. I think it's a nice antidote to the current FRA.
I wouldn't mind if they're slower, but they're hitting about 190 mile an hour, I think.
Yeah.
They are quick. They just handle like a boat.
Oh, John D's wasted it. It's gone wide. Oh dear. It just goes from bad to worse. Can Cos hold his position this time? Slipped down to 10th in the last race. Keep your concentration. You got the right tyres on, Cos. Orange is challenging. Come on. Where's your fight? Looks like Jake's running away with it again at the front. Rodder's just not quite keeping up. I think he's suffered a little bit from the lack of racing in the first race, lack of familiarisation. Although, as I say, he did race this car in the Group 5s a little while ago. And Martin Peterman, I guess, is probably struggling with a bit of ballast. I think ballast is going to help in these cars, Matt. They're already heavy cars.
I don't actually think Martin's got any ballast tonight for some reason.
Is he not?
No. No, I think there's some skullduggery going on.
I can't see the actual ballasts. Where I am at the minute.
I know Orange has got some because he was complaining about. I don't think I've got any actually. FX has on locker.
Well, swings and roundabouts in it.
Yeah. Evening, Draco.
Good evening, gentlemen. I see a beautiful car on a beautiful course. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, I was just explaining how they just really don't like going around corners.
No, that back end definitely gets a little squirrely on those cars. It's like trying to go ahead and tame a bull in a china shop. You have to learn how to do it.
Well, looks like Orange is going to have a fun old night. He's right in the mix as he was in the last race. Chasing down Seahacks at the moment. Jake Moore steadily pulling a gap.
No surprise there, huh? Our resident speed demon.
No. Come back to bring us all back down to earth.
It looks like Martin didn't get Ballast because he wasn't in the race last week.
Oh, that's true. He wasn't. Yeah. He was auspiciously away last week.
Well, in which case he's got no excuse for third. Needs to pull his finger out.
Third's hardly anything to shake your finger at, though. Let's be honest.
I'm teasing. Still a battle going on back here. Seahacks, Oren, and Rick Bennesley. As they come round final half of the lap for the race. So another win for Jake Moore, closely followed by Rodders. Martin Peterman keeping his average up pretty well. Rick Bennesley fourth, Orange in fifth. Unsurprisingly fastest lap by Jake Moore. Seahacks in sixth, Cos in seventh, that's a bit better Cos. Timo Konieczny in eighth, Peter Hindle ninth. Dirk Gretschel in 10th and John D in 11th. Now we got three non-finished. We already heard from Charger.
Yeah, I'm going back into the Lions pit.
Well, make the best of it. It'll be a
Thank you very much.
nice tight track this time, I'm predicting. You've had two fairly long ones with a big stop at the end of the straight. I think the next one's going to be curly.
Good God, Norris.
This is gonna be fun to watch.
God.
But you like Norris.
I might be back.
I knew it. I knew it. I know the psyche of the people who set this up.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. Like giving a candy bar to a diabetic, not a great idea. Wow, holy cow, this is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think there's just going to be a huge scrapyard at the end of the straight. Look at the...
Oh my lord, yes, let the follies begin.
Well, at least they got no worries about getting a lap in for the quali. This generally takes probably a bit over a minute to do a lap. So odds are in 6 minutes they've got to at least manage one.
Yeah, you would think, right? Let's see. We already got people coming way off the track already.
I wonder how much those brakes are going to melt on this as well.
You know how hard it is to pry a brake caliper away from a rim after it's been melted to it? Oh.
It does make me wonder if these are running on brake drum.
Oh yes, the WD-40, quite a few other things to go as well. Definitely be interesting.
A big lump hammer. So this is probably a sight that was never been seen in real life.
I honestly thought they outlawed these cars over in Germany. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I think even in the era of these cars, I doubt very much they raced on a track like this.
I would highly doubt it. I mean, they're just so temperamental in the corners. They just don't stick to the track like some of the other, prototypical racing cars. These things were meant for that straightaway speed and just sort of hang on for dear life.
Well, that is one consolation. This track doesn't actually feature that many corners.
It should be interesting to see who gets on the gas right and who can, slow it down enough to go ahead and maintain in the track.
I'm waiting to applaud them as they get round the first corner.
It will be fun to watch. That'll definitely show the mettle of the driver there. Speaking of the first turn, you know what Saturday is, right?
Oh, yes.
So you want to talk about a bad first turn. So for those of you watching here, we have our FRX 17 race on Saturday, and that will be at the legendary Monza. So talk about the first turn. That chicane is definitely a man-eater, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to take some careful balancing of brake pressures against downforce on that one. You're going to have to be pretty careful to have a setup that doesn't have you locking up easily on that.
Yep, and also a lack of a will to live in some of those corners. It can get definitely pretty hairy.
That's going to be a tough race. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be nice to run those cars to their absolute limit.
I can't think of a better course to do that with those cars. I mean, that would be that's the best of the turns as well as the straightaways, the all-out speed. It'd be a lot of fun to see, when the rubber hits the road, who's going to keep the car in the track.
Yeah, I think one of the big challenges on that track, other than the chicanes, is probably going to be a Ascari, because that's where you're going to need the downforce the most. The curbs on that corner can be brutal.
Oh yeah, and you cannot go flat out through a Ascari. I have tried, and it is not pretty. They still are chipping away the paint on that wall in several areas. Just not a pretty sight.
Yeah, it's going to be tippy-toe for sure. So there we go. Look, as we're actually managing to do a lap in 49 seconds, just under 50 seconds. Peterman's got the edge here by the looks of it.
Yep, and handily too. A little bit, just a tad under a second. So that's definitely some space.
Let's jump on board with Jake. See where he is. He's come out to the last corner.
Knock it down a little bit. Come on.
He hasn't got any purples though. Oh dear. Trying a little too hard.
Yeah, the commentator's curse there, Rigel. We fit it. I'd expect he's probably going to go ahead and have a word or two for me after that one. I have been terrible on our Saturday races when we go ahead and focus on a driver, and it has usually not ended well.
Okay, so just promise not to watch me or say anything about me whatsoever then.
Well, as long as you stay out of the top three, you should be okay. But if you don't, I can't promise anything.
Oh dear, I can't have both us. Now look at this, we just had Charger in the room, complaining how he can't drive these cars, they're bloody horrible, blah 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 blah. Look, he's up in fourth, he just knocked down out of third place into fourth, done a 50.7, only 3/10 off Rodder's time.
That is certainly nothing to sneeze at. Come on, old man, you can shave off a few more tenths, let's do it. You got a little bit of time.
Yeah, sandbagging I think.
Yeah, he's given the young bucks a little bit of a false sense of security, I'd imagine. Well, Hax looks like he's having a little bit of problems, and it's not sitting as low and not as grippy as the FX racers.
Yeah, it is a world away from that. As I was mentioning earlier, some drivers will gravitate towards certain types of car, certain classes of car.
Yikes! Okay, who let the demolition derby out?
Yeah, some people will have a fair smattering, like a jack of all trades, be reasonably good in all types of cars. Some people will favour slower cars and be very good, and then some people will favour quicker ones.
Yeah, I like the ones that stay on track a little bit better, so I'm a GT3 kind of guy. I've tried the FRX 17s, and while that's probably the most fun you could ever have with your pants on, it's definitely a little bit not for the sleight of heart.
Well, I think there's a lot to be said for having a dabble in all types of. I think you can learn all sorts of aspects of how cars handle from different classes.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, that shows definitely, racing moxie as well as your adaptability. That'll be fun. Yeah, so they got about a 50-second left of the garage time. Let's see, they're getting the last bit of tea, last puff on the smoke, getting a kiss from the wife or the husband. Hey, I don't judge.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to offend Charger, so.
So one last change of the bag. Yeah, we got it.
Here we go. Then there's someone slow away at the. Here we go down to this first corner. Are we gonna make it? Everyone's on the brakes. Doesn't look.
Oh my God! They took out half of the field.
I think. Oh no! I think he managed to get around.
Wait, this can't be right. Is that who I think is in first place?
Oh my days.
Oh, this will make my day.
Let's have a look. Let's put the camera up there. Oh my word.
Well, he dropped down to second. Much credit for him. Wow.
He's gonna drift it. Oh, and there he goes.
I did it again, Rigel. I did it again.
I don't think that was anything to do with you, I'm afraid.
So many Corvettes, so much skidding and drifting. Oh, I saw my life flash before my eyes, and I said to myself, gee, I love a parade, but not a short one. Yikes!
Absolute mayhem. What's going on then? Oh my word, what's going on here?
Oh, hey, look, it's New York taxi cab driving.
Oh, it's all going
Rigel,
terribly
where
wrong.
is the Benny Hill theme when you need it? Ah, come on.
Oh, honestly, of all the exports that the UK had, and Benny Hill really hit home, and even in America.
Oh, absolutely. Well, now that we're in lap 3 and things have kind of settled down a little bit. Although I have to admit, I'm a little bit reluctant to use that term.
Yeah. I think anything can happen on that first corner every single.
And for this car, I mean, that is just, it's so much weight going into so tight of a turn, and this thing already does not turn well, so yikes.
It's not surprising. Look at the size of the front wheel.
Hey, look, you're preaching to the choir, Pastor. I hear you. Turn around. It's a beautiful car, though. You have to admit. I mean, even back in these days here for the Group 5, it's a great year for the look of this car, though.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, it is one of the sexiest Corvettes there ever was.
Yikes! My God, look at that. That's out of the first turn.
Oh, runners, you don't play dirty now.
I think Rodders thinks he's in a NASCAR race. I don't know.
He's trying to make up for his Bruce spillage.
Yeah, it's really tough too. You get out of that turn, and your instinct is to stomp on that gas. But in this car, not a good idea. It could definitely get pretty hairy.
Now it looks like that's where they're having a problem, is getting the power down out of that last corner and out of this one.
Yeah, and blipping that downshift too is really important, because that car will get away from you as you're downshifting.
Oh yes. So let's have a look. What's happened to Mr. Moore here, our winner of race 1? This could be a track there where the well, I'm assuming he's got ballast. I'm not sure. It could be a track where that really makes a difference.
With these turns, it couldn't hurt. Oh, and there goes Speed Demon.
That's exactly what we were saying. It's really hard to get that power down in those corners, out of those hairpin.
You really have to kind of ease into that gas. You can't stomp on it. It's going to get away from you. You know, and that's a tough thing for most of these guys, because that's the instinct. As soon as you get the wheel straight, hit the gas, and this car does not like that.
Yeah, no no pussy traction control for the
Traction control? What's that?
Yeah, it wasn't even invented when these were.
I still don't think they have traction controls on the Corvettes. I think they've made that an official mandate never to put it on the car.
And why not?
Ooh, yeah, they're just beautiful to watch as they go down the road like this. I mean, this is poetry in motion.
Nice to be having a new leader. Looks to be getting a grip of it.
Yeah, and you ready for this? This is orange.
Yeah.
No wheel, controller, gamepad.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll stop talking about it. We'll move on to someone else, because you know what'll happen.
Oh, all too well. I've been told. It's probably one of the reasons why I've been banned in the paddock after the race. I don't know.
That's just to stop you getting beaten up.
I think so too. Tiger has to go ahead and lead me to the parking lot after the race.
Oh, car on track. Not sure who that is.
It's hard to say, because no one's moving down in the stats, so it might have been someone in the back. Might have been Hacks. Yeah, it was Hacks.
Yeah, I think it is. I just switched the camera over to him. He's obviously struggling a little bit. The field's spreading out a little bit now. I think the closest battle really is... oh, there he goes.
Oh, dear.
He gets it again.
Looks like the closest battle right now is first and second with Orange and Peterman right now.
Yeah,
they're about
looks like
0.3 of a second.
Oh, Demon on the brake. Every time we get to that corner, you can hear the sound of a train on the tracks. And it just makes me think it's the brake pads grinding on the brake disc. Come on, Orange, keep it clean. Hang on to it, because Rodders is bearing down on you. Look from Rodders' front bumper. Looks like, oh, I think he'll get 2 more laps in. Oh, I didn't quite get that one right.
Oh, God, he hit this. Oh, the poor wall. Oh.
It's all about these last few corners, these last sharp ones. You need to really get it right.
Oh, man.
I don't think he's going to have enough.
That poor track technician's looking over at that series of spots going, God, man, I just cleaned that spot.
Let's get the paint out again. Take some daredevil braking here for John D. I don't think he's going to have it. Chargers maintained. Well, I think he dropped down a bit more than that, and he's got back up to 4th.
He was down to 7th at some time there, and he's definitely fought his way back to 4th.
Yeah,
I think
indeed.
the old man favors these cars.
Yeah, I think he's suddenly found a liking for it. I'll go back on auto director and watch the Peterman crosses the line, followed by Orange, and then followed by Rodders and Charger. Rick Bindley in 5th, John D 6th, Jake down in 7th. Oh my days! I reckon he's playing for next week's Ballast. You know.
Oh, how could he not? Let's be honest.
So a little word out to Rodders: don't pick number 3 next week.
Well, Rigel, I just wanted to stop in and say hi. Just get the word out about Saturday here, guys. I am being an American time here on the Eastern Coast. It's time for dinner. But I wanted to go ahead and check in with you guys and wish you guys the rest of luck for the night there.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. It's nice to add a bit of American authenticity to the flavour of car tonight.
Yeah, have an American call out at the American car on the American track and then go to Germany. Well, you get the idea. That works. All right, guys, you have a great evening.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by, mate. So there we go, there's the finishers. Yeah, Charger's done well there. Bindley in 5th, John D. Jake's gonna have his work cut out if he wants to win tonight. He's gonna have to keep. So what do we got next? Oh, another one with nice sharp fast straights, sharp corners. Fantastic. Turn 1 and turn 3 on the Spielberg track. Always good fun places for action. It seems like a absolute world away since we did. It was the first round on the FRX League on this track. That seems like months ago now. A little bit easier to pick your braking points on here. Some nice markers. As Rodders completely fails to find one. That's the end of a 2-minute practice, or 1 2-minute practice. Always put in just to make sure everybody gets connected. Anyone who's disconnected has got a chance to get back in. Rodders gets the whole shot and he's going to have a nice clear track. Oh, no, tell a lie. Someone got out in front of him. So 1 round left after this one. I think the last one is going to be a fun. I just got a hunch. Right, so let's follow Rodders for a lap. See if he's managed to work out his braking points yet. minutes to that glorious V8. 150 meters there, look. Threads it through quite carefully. Trying to get a banker lap in, I reckon. Once again, 150 meters marker. Carefully around turn 3. Nicely done. Neat, tidy. Perhaps brake a little bit early. Once again, nice banker lap, I reckon. Being out front should get a chance to do another one. This is probably where it's going to be trickiest. You're used to those sharp stops, sharp corners, and then you've got to try and suss out how the damn thing goes round nice easy corners. A little conservative, well, so he just holds it in. Final corner, you can keep it legal, stay on the track. That'll do it. Where's he going to end up? 129.8. That's pipped Jake by half a second so far. Expect that to change. See, there's a nice advantage to having a bit of track to yourself. Very close there. Look at these lap times. 130.3, 130.4, 130.4, nearly 5. A bit of a drop. So Jake, Orange and Binners really crucial now to see who can hone those braking points, who can push it to the limit. Out stepping over it. Eke out the best second lap. For those at least that have got time for it. Was you see someone running wide? There you go, stepped over the line. Jake Moore pops in as I thought. Rodders hasn't managed to improve. We've got 5 runners here not managing to put a time. Once again, always very difficult to find those limits. Quite easy to step over them. The more time that runs out, the more desperate you get. Jake back up the top. Peterman closely behind. Very closely behind. Half a hundredth. Rodder's not quite making that jump. Followed by Orange, Rick Binnersley, Dirk Gretchen, Peter Hendel, Timo Kunieczny. Following after that, I can see it's John D. Charger in 10th. C-Hack seems to be struggling a little bit in these cars. Now, once again, watch out for this first corner. This is where the fun's going to be. As we wait for 2 to join. Come on. Finish your fag. Finish your tinkle. Always 1. In this case 2. Are they going to miss out unless they join soon? Oh dear. Oh my word. Struggling to get off the line. Lovely camera angle. Oh, and the leaders take themselves out. Oh my word. Absolute mayhem. Wouldn't you know who's the beneficiary of Jake Moore? I'm afraid that'll be the last you see of him. Oh, Cos! Thought Cos took the lead for a minute there. There we go, watch out. Turn 4. Another spinner. And that's Charger. That's the wrong time to spin, that's put you to the back. Cos, hang on to it this time. Come on, concentrate. You can do it. Further back we got tight battle. Oh, Timo falling back a little bit. Tight little battle down here. Pretty much all starting to get the measure of that first corner, although a wide runner, hacks again. I'm sure it's the brakes, mate. I'm sure it's the brakes. Someone's loosened the pipes, I reckon. Either that or the pads are made out of cheese. Dirk Grenshall managed to hold on to the back end. Lost a bit of time there. Let's go on board with John D. See if he can capitalise on these two fighting. Just watch and be patient. Peter Hindler in front. Coles has dropped down to 3rd. Nice entry into the last corner. Come on, get your foot down. Come on, you can do it. Made up a place. There goes Seahacks again in the background. Who's just, are you sure your brakes are connected, mate? Sort it out. Looks like Peterman's making a move on. Get it right this time, Seahack. Yeah, you done it. But you just can't get your foot down. Come on. It's all gone to waste. Now what's Rodders doing down here? I think he must have been. I think he was a victim of that first corner. Spun him right round. pushing hard now. Let's have a look at this. What's going on here? Cos holding fourth. Pressured from Peter Hindle. Minute and a half per lap for this, so looking at probably 3 more laps. This is the closest battle at the moment. Oh, that's Dirk Gretschel in the background there, and Peterman's passed it. Oh, so we've got someone with a bad connection now. I wonder who that. It's Peter Hindle's trying to chase down Cos. Come on, Cos, 2 more to go. Keep your concentration. Is it going to be a dive into this 3rd corner? Oh my word, where did he come from? And he's sideways. Mr. Peterman. Throwing it in there. Caution to the wind. This is an old time muscle car, not a rally car. Cos is clinging on. He's got Peter Hindle behind him. Behind that, Dirk Gretschel. 1 more lap, gents. Mr. Binnersley. Have you not had your cup of tea? Careful now. Whee! Brilliantly done. I give that an 8. It looks like the field's pretty much settled down. Jake's streaking off in front. This will be his 3rd win out of 4 races. And Cos comes home 5th. You held on. You held on. So Jake Moore, followed by Orange. Nicely done, Orange. John D. Good third place for you. Peterman didn't quite make it back up there. Cos obviously, yep, done well. Peter Hindle in 6th. Dirk Gretschel 7th. Rodders suffered from that first corner incident. Never really got it back. That's the ballast for you, I'm afraid. Timo Konieczny, 9th place. Seahacks 10th, which is amazing considering how many times he went off of the corner. Rick Benisley 11th. FX, I think he's the last, well, just about finisher. 2 laps down in 12. Alright then, what's it gonna be? 5th race is normally, traditionally, a bit of a surprise. Last week it was Bathurst. No, this week it'll probably be Macau or Nordschleifer or I'd like to see Sachsenring. I knew it. You heard it. I called it. It was inevitable sooner or later. I think we've got to take this opportunity to go on board. None of them are going to get a lap in here. It's going to be a completely random grid. Literally got. Oh, this is. There's the first failure. Oh, this is literally a chance to find your feet a little bit, find out what the grip's like. This is just going to be carnage. Absolute carnage. Here we go then. I don't know why they're in a hurry. They're not going to make it. Let's go on board with Rodders. He looks like he's got the whole ship. A little bit of room behind him. Here we go then. Not only is it highly unlikely they'd make a lap run, I imagine it's going to be in the region of, well, I think they'd be lucky to do a lap in the time of the race. Probably a 1 lap bash. Well, there you go. That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think they'd even get a legal. Well, let's stay on board for a minute and watch them down this and up over the bump. It's going to be an almighty surprise trying to get into the right hand. It's just not going to stick, I tell you. He manages it. Let's see what speed we're going to get up to down this straight. 180. Almost touching 190 and no, not a chance. As I say, I think this is going to be a completely random grid. Now, what would we like to see? Who do we like to see up the top? I think Cos first, Charger second. Oh dear. And probably Timo third, FX fourth. And John D, Orange. A real mix-up. This is simply going to be a race of the least mistakes. Not only that, but managing to dodge the people who've made them. Could this be a chance for Seahacks to shine? Yep, that's the curse right there. Right then. Oh, there we go. Seahacks up front. They're away. Auto director's gone a little bit nuts. Ready for the mayhem. There we go. I have to say it's remarkably well behaved so far. Oh, somebody's lost a gear. Well, I'd have to say that's remarkably civilised so far. Yeah, the mistakes are starting to be made. What's going on with this little pack here? Oh dear, I see someone going off the background there. Looks like Dirk Gretsch. Who's going to make it stick up the top here? A little jump over the... Oh, looks like he's through. Rodders is through. Learned his... Orange at the back of this little group here. Let's see if we can go on. We got some people off. Looks like Rick Binnersley and FX. There's Orange is chasing down John D. Same time, Jake's chasing down Martin Peter. This should be a tight battle. See Hax's lead starting to look pretty slender. Come back to those two in a minute as we look at Ori. Still chasing John D. Made a little mistake. Oh, we're making the same mistake. Very difficult to judge this as you come into it pretty green. Had no time to recce the track. Back to Jake Moore challenging Mr. Peterman. I think it's going to be hard work. Oh, what's going on here? Well held. Come on and see Hax. Only half a lap in. Now how gutting is it going to be if you go over the line with 2 seconds to go? Oh my word. This is the closest battles at the moment. Looks like the rest of them are spread out a little bit. So let's dare to put the track map on. You can see there is a fair spread. A couple of close ones, but this this group at the front certainly putting on the best fight. Hax has lost his lead. Never mind, let's keep it in. Hang on. Third place on here is almost as good as a... Obviously it isn't, but... Don't lose heart. Oh, just as I say that, I've cursed him, haven't I? I've bloody cursed him. Sorry about that. So we've got the usual suspects up front. Oh, Jake made a mistake. Oh, that could be very costly. Rodders is catching. Looks like he's gathered it together. Could be just in time. So a quick look back at this little group here. Dirk Gretschel, Seahack, Peter Hindle. Peter Hindle in the white car at the front. So Seahacks is, oh my word, gathered himself. I was about to say he's gathered himself together. A little bit of a desperation move there. Oh, he's off the track again. Jake closing on Peterman again. Certainly not going to make it to the line and make another lap. This is going to be the one and only. At least I think so, mind you. We're coming up to the last straight in just a few corners' time. It could be punishing, you know, it could be another lap. Oh, look, minute 16. Up 2. It looks like he's backed out. Oh. Somebody, you realise what's happened here, don't you? You realise what's happened here. This is like a relay race. Somebody's picked the wrong track. On finishing the lap, they've gone straight back into the pit. So off they set. Oh, this is going to make the results fun. It looks like everybody's sped in the pit. This is the pinnacle of organisation, ladies and gentlemen. As a point of interest, it looks like 3 people managed to get up. Fastest which of those was 6:47. A total of 8 drivers getting invalid laps. Looks like Mr. Peterman was one of the only ones to actually manage to get out without being disqualified. So we've got a few people backing out. Well, unfortunately that kind of fizzled out a little bit. Well, that's going to make the results interesting. We'll have to do a little Jimmy fix on that. I'll wager, I think tonight's winner is probably Speed, probably closely followed by Martin Peterman. The rest, you'll have to check our Discord for. I'm sure that'll be up soon enough. But there we go. Another interesting evening's racing. Another interesting car. Do join us if you feel like you'd like to have some fun racing. As you can see, it's hell for leather.
Was that fun?
I did start to wonder about halfway round.
Oh dear.
Are they going to make another lap?
Well, it was the tourist version, which I think is
Yeah.
point to point, but something's went wrong, and I think the countdown timer's going now, but half of us left, so I don't know what will happen to the score. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do some kind of fix on. But
It will definitely be a fix, yeah.
I almost called that last track. I was pointing out how the last track is always something interesting. I said last week it's Bathurst, so this week it's probably something like Macau or Nord. I'm sure.
I've warned everyone, if you keep leaving the mini league up to me, it'll keep being Group 5 cars.
Yeah,
So-
Charger did say you've got a bit of a thing for old muscle cars.
Okay, we don't drive them often. We've done one race in these round Salzburg Ring, and it was excellent fun, I must admit. I think the Zach Speed's generally too. It's too good to drive the Zach Speed compared to the others. It's actually quite planty, but that Chevy's great fun. The engine and the speed is fantastic.
I did point out you probably had a little bit of an advantage having driven that car in the Group 5 race, but you kind of lost out on a bit of familiarisation time with your Earnbrew incident.
Yes, but I didn't mention that. I had already raced it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see if the race is transitioned, if we can actually get the scores done.
There's still I think Orange is still. There's 4 people still in the server, but otherwise he's probably just going to have to do it manually. But anyway, that's as I say, another interesting evening's race.
Oh, I know what's happened. Because the race is meant to be 8 minutes long, it's still running an 8 minutes long race, even though it's a point to point.
Aye.
We've never tried that before, so that's obviously what happens.
Well, I think a few people got disqualified for speeding out the pit once they'd finished the first lap.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to go back on track after across the line and the finish by the back straight.
It would make it interesting if you could do a relay race like that.
Yeah. Have you tried to set one of them up before, or did I think about it? Was trying to do some sort of
Yeah, I
relay race with
we just
driver
thought about it.
stops, or it would have been a bit of a cluster, but
Yeah.
it'd funny try to do it.
But anyway, I think that's probably a good place to end. I hope you've been half entertained by my droning on, taking a mickey out of a few people.
Well, I'll just say he's been Rigel. There's no need to say I've been Rodders. So he's been Rigel.
Well, you know who that is. He's been Rodders. Remember, race fair, race clean, race for position, and race RWB. See you next time.